Hey, it is a great day. This video. We're going to talk about real success stories of just from an ordinary guy about getting the law of attraction to work. This is Gavin Mehl Global Mastermind number 12, and I wanted to just share a quick story here, something light before we get started. So, just real talk. I mean, on just 2 days ago, I'm driving down. I've got one of these Mercedes S500s, the a lot of power in the car, kind of the big body sedans, a lot of power. The type of car that when you hit the gas, the thing just takes off, right? So I am going to train, exercise at this facility that I train at. It's the rec center out here in West Sacramento, and I've got 10 other things on my mind, and I'm not paying attention, and I'm on my phone like I shouldn't be, and looking at my phone, being totally what I shouldn't have done. And it's rush hour traffic, about 5 o'clock. There's one single lane to go through Capitol Avenue, across Capitol Avenue. And that single lane's got like a line of like a mile. It seemed like a mile long of cars. There was a lot of cars. There's rush hour traffic. So I'm thinking, man, so many cars here. And I'm not thinking, there's not one car in the next lane, not one. So I'm thinking, you know what? That left lane right there, I know it's not supposed to go straight. You're supposed to turn left in that lane, but man, there's not one person turning left. And there's a mile long of cars here, not a mile, let's say 100 yards of cars lined up to go straight. Like, what's going on? I'm just going to go ahead and cut over here to the left lane. So I went up to the left lane, the light's red. I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm first in line now. Perfect. I'm going to jet ahead of all these cars, and I'll be on the freeway in no time. So the light turns green. This type of car, I just hit the gas and it goes, takes off. I jet way ahead, no problem. Blue lights turn on behind me. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what happened? So I want to share what my feelings and thoughts are on the situation when something bad happens and how I handle it, okay? And how I get it to bring me something better. And so I get pulled over. These guys, blue lights, turn me over. Hey, what'd you do? You know what you're doing wrong. I was like, yeah, it's my fault. I'm thinking to myself, they go back and they're talking to each other. I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is an exciting situation. Gosh, when was the last time I've been pulled over? I couldn't even remember. It's been so long. This is, you know what? Something good's going to come out of this. Maybe they prevented me from getting into an accident. Maybe they prevented me from hurting someone else. This could help me get to my goal faster. This is a really good situation. I don't know how. It sucks being stuck here. This is kind of embarrassing. All this traffic going by and they're laughing at me like I cut them off now and here I am stuck, right? They're pointing their finger at me laughing. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but it's going to work out better for me to get to my goal. I don't know why yet. Maybe I'm going to meet someone. Maybe these guys I met are I'm going to do a business deal with. I don't know. Something good is going to come out of this situation. I just don't know what, and I don't know how. It's off my radar screen. It's off of my radar. I can't see why, okay? I have no idea why, but it's going to work out better. It's going to get me to my goal faster. So this is how I felt when something bad that looked bad on the surface, it was annoying, something annoying happened. This is how I dealt with the situation. And there's an important lesson there for anyone that something annoying happens in life. I call it annoying because it's annoying. It took me away from what I wanted to do. It took time out of my day. I'm going to have to deal with whatever the repercussions are of it. But I laugh about it. I don't get upset about it because I believe that something good is going to come out of it. That something good will come out of it. I just don't know what, and I don't know how. This is Gavin Mehl Global Mastermind number 12. Today is February the 19th, Friday. And I've been hosting these calls for the last 30 weeks. 30 weeks. I was looking at, first of all, this call is it's not a guru's call. This is a student's call. I'm a constant student. I'm always learning, asking myself, how teachable am I right now? How teachable am I? I am not any smarter, better than anyone else watching this video. I'm on the same level as you. I just am. I'm taking all up massive action. Okay, I'm on the front lines, and I want to take massive action and get the experiences out there that I've had to other people, so I know it will help them tremendously. So I'm going to share some amazing stories. I'm going to talk a lot of candidly today. You're going to get to know me a little bit better. Thank you for the constructive criticism from a gentleman by the name of Marcus, who I respect. He's a big director, experience on camera. I'm working with him on some things. And he tells me that I need to be more authentic, be me, be who I am. So I'm going to do my best to try to come across as just being authentic and not holding back. Sometimes I'm holding things back. So forget all that. I'm going to be who I am. I'm taking all up massive action, just real talk and be who I am, and just let it go. Because I know it will help other people identify with just the truth of things. So if this is your first time on the call, my name is Gavin Mehl. I'm from out in Sacramento, California. And I reached the #1 in sales in a large company of 10,000 people at a young age out of college, had tremendous success. I first experienced the law of attraction in my life at that time accidentally without even knowing what it was. In reaching the top of this big company of 10,000 people, holding the ranks there for 20 straight months and becoming unconsciously competent of the success, it just happened automatically. Since then, I've had a lot of different scenarios come up in my life to where I've been able to get something to happen, okay, hit a goal by activating the law of attraction without even knowing what it was. And then I learned about it from The Secret, 2007. Started having people, I opened up a big company after I left this other office, and I started having people come in. All my new hires would come into the company, and I'd show them the movie The Secret. And they would watch The Secret, so I'd sit there and watch it over there with them over and over again. It started resonating with my mind, like this is real stuff. So ever since then, I've been studying it and practicing and executing it, and it's 100% real. But I want to clarify something that is debatable, talked about. People argue about it. I'm not on Facebook yet. First of all, I'm thinking about getting on Facebook. I was, if you watching this live or watching the recording, should I? I've been resistant. I'm the only marketer left on the planet that doesn't have Facebook. Gosh, I don't have Facebook, but thinking about getting it. I don't know. Should I? Leave a comment. I would love to hear what you have to say. So there's just people talk a lot here. I do hear things and they say, well, with the law of attraction, it's this, it's that, or it's a knockoff from this or that. And I just want to just cut through all of that. Okay. The law of attraction is just a word. It's just a phrase. It can be interpreted as so many different things, and what it's called, it's just another name for love. And ultimately it comes from Mark 11:24. Okay. That's where it comes from. So it's not anything I made up or created. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just a dude on here. That's it. Mark 11:24. Therefore I say unto you, whatever things you desire, when you pray, believe that you will see them and you shall have them. That's all the law of attraction is. It was said so eloquently there. It couldn't be said any better. But it's been interpreted in so many other ways. But that is the ultimate, it's the universal law of the universe. It's the biggest law there is. It supersedes all other laws. So it's that important. There's the law of gravity, right? But then the law of lift supersedes the law of gravity. Then the law of attraction, or you want to call it Mark 11:24, whatever you want to call it, law of love, it doesn't matter what you call it. Law of attraction, just what people know. It seems to be the most popular way you put it. It is above all of the laws. This week I got contacted by a number of companies, actually. They're attracted to my channel, attracted to what I'm doing. And I want to say thank you for reaching out to me. I want to just be authentic about what I'm doing. I'm going to tell some stories about, I think that people will identify that how I've had tremendous success by doing this. but I like to prove it, because a lot of the stuff that, I could talk about, people could point fingers and say, yeah, is that really true? Did that really happen? And I say, talk to the people that I mentioned, get references from them, go to my LinkedIn profile, contact those people to verify it for yourself. Don't take it from me. But this one of the stories I'm going to talk about today is 100%, I can't, it's undeniable. So this gentleman, Soren Bagley, had reached out to me. And one of the guys that reached out to me, and he wanted to do an interview with me on his channel to talk about success I've had. And one of the questions was, what was my goal and why did I want it so badly? So I narrowed down just one thing I wanted to talk about out of all these experiences that I've had. And the one answer that I had was, I wanted ideal health. I wanted perfect health. And to me, perfect health was getting the body, the physical specimen body of a Greek god. All right? That's what I wanted. I wanted to look and feel a certain way because it would give me more confidence. I determined the why. The why, there's like the material, the physical thing, the health thing. I want to feel, I want to look this way. I want to feel it. That's great. But the real reason was I wanted more confidence. I wanted just massive amount of confidence to do anything I could. That was what I wanted. So, what struggles, he asked, one of the questions he asked was, what struggles did I have in reaching, or hurdles that I faced in realizing this process, and how did I overcome them? So I had basically coming to a point. It was June 29th, 2015. It's funny because looking back, it was exactly 1 year ago now, February of last year, that I got enough courage to even get on the, start building the, even doing a video, but I didn't have courage at the time or confidence enough at the time to get on camera. That was back in February. I think the first time I was on camera was shortly thereafter. That it was like a hidden tiny little thing, maybe. I think it was in March. So it was less than a year ago that I even had the courage to get on camera, and that was like very small screencast. Actually do a real full-on camera like this, or full-on on my phone, it wasn't until the summer. It was like June or July. I think it was July or even August. So it hasn't been that long. I didn't have courage. I didn't have the confidence enough to do it. Isn't that amazing? I didn't have the confidence. So when I'm setting this goal back in June 29th, I started setting this goal. I wanted the confidence. I wanted confidence. And I felt if I got the physical body that I wanted, I'd have more confidence. So there was a party that I went to on the river. It's called the Rage on the River here in Sacramento. Every year it's a big outdoor party on the river, and people go and they take all the boats out there and get, in swimsuits and try to look good. And it's a lot of fun. But I starved myself. I didn't eat enough leading up to this because I wanted to look better than the next guy. I want to have more confidence than the next guy, whatever. I didn't want to be fat, whatever it was. But I get out there and I hadn't eaten enough food. So I am exhausted. I'm just drained, no energy, tired, unhappy, grouchy, because I had eaten about 1,000 calories or 1,200 calories, not enough for me to make it. So I didn't have fun. And then the party's over. I stuff myself. I get a yogurt, then ice cream and pizza. And then the next day, big, huge sub sandwiches. And I mean, some 4,000 calories or more, which is about 4 or 5 times what I was having. So now I'm even more miserable because I feel bloated. I feel even more tired. So I went from being tired to tired again. So tired to like basic satisfaction of like, oh, this tastes good, to now I'm tired and full. It was like just a terrible yo-yo. And I said, I gotta stop this. I am going to get control of my health. I am going to do this. I'm going to do it. And that's it, period. And I just said, I'm going to find a way to get the body of a Greek god that I want. I'm sick of this up and down, starving myself and being, I was fed up with it. Okay. I didn't know how at all, but I knew I wanted to get ideal health. I knew what I wanted to look like. I knew what I wanted to be with my body. I just didn't know how I was going to do it. And I started saying, basically it was just a tremendous, okay, so first of all, it was a tremendously difficult time because I didn't know how I could get this. I didn't know, I knew I had to change, but I didn't know what I had to change yet. I was open to it. So what I did was I wrote down, what I wanted. And the way I did it was, and we're talking about exactly how did I do it with health? Okay, so how did I get this, reach this goal? Well, here's what happened. I wrote down exactly, so I looked at some people that I admired. Okay, so I'm for example, I admired Tony Horton was the guy who did P90X. I thought this guy is incredibly fit. So I said, I'm going to be as fit as Tony Horton. I admired the shreddedness of the way Brad Pitt was in Troy. I'm going to be as lean and ripped as Brad Pitt was. I'm going to be as flexible and as quick as Bruce Lee. I'm going to be as agile as Eric Burns. He's a baseball player, just jumps really fast and just move like crazy on the baseball field. I'm going to have the aesthetics of Z's, aesthetics God, the aesthetics king. I started saying these things to myself, and at first I'm like, this is crazy. I don't believe this. And after about 2 months, it took some time, but after about 2 months, you figure go on until about August now, I started believing it. By September, I started really believing it. I was like, this is going to happen. Nothing had changed. Nothing had changed between now July, August, and September. Nothing. That's how I wanted to, nothing had changed. So this is where people probably give up. And I want to just be a testimony here that this is how it went. July, August, September, nothing changed. I mean, I was still the same. I hadn't changed my body. I hadn't made any real adjustments other than the fact that my belief started happening, that I would do it. Come September, things started to change. I became open-minded, a little bit more open-minded, and I started getting information that I felt would help me get to my goal. Specifically, I came across a video that was called The Greek God. It was like the Greek God program. I thought, this is interesting. This is exactly what I wanted. I watched the video, and it opened me up to a type of, intermittent, what's called intermittent fasting. Okay, intermittent fasting and then calorie deficit is really what did it for me. It opened me up to that and to taking control of my stomach and my willpower. I believe it's like what the ancients would say is that the hardest thing to control is ourselves. I had the most difficult time controlling myself. That was the hardest thing for me, is that I wanted food or I wanted sweets and I would just eat it and pig out, and then I would be too tired to exercise. So then it was just go downhill from there. But once I identified this style of eating, which is just where I eat 8 hours a day, I eat 8 hours a day. That's a lot of eating. I eat for 8 hours. I don't eat for about 16 hours to 18 hours. That's it. So it's not a big sacrifice on my part at all. I still get plenty of food. I just control when I'm going to eat, and that changed my life. By doing that one thing, changed everything in my life. That was because I took control. Like that gave me the confidence. Like if I can control my stomach, then I can have confidence to do other things in my life. I could be on camera. I started being on camera, started being on video. I started putting more content out. It gave me the confidence to get out there in front of people more, believe in myself. And that was just such a big difference for me. And then how did one of the questions that Soren asked me is, how did I feel once I finally achieved my goal? Well, I'll put it to you this way. You remember when you graduated from high school and you're celebrating, you throw the cap up and you say, yeah, this is great. I graduated from high school. Now what's next? I'm excited. Imagine that feeling times 10, okay? Times 10, times 100. It was way past that. It's like a small fraction of the way I felt when I graduated from high school, because this is, I want to, I'm sounding humble, but I've got confidence. I'm going to just put it to you like this. The king himself, the aesthetics king Ziz said, the late and respected, rest in peace to Ziz, he said, the way that transcendence into from life into heaven is achieved at 6% body fat. A complete euphoria of sense of accomplishment overcomes the shredder of entering and almost surpassing the majestic boundaries of human emotions. None of this would make any sense, you'd say, to anyone until they get the physique that they really want. But I know it sounds egotistical, he'd say, like he's bragging, but it's like driving a Ferrari in real life. And that is kind of how it, honestly, that's how it is. I just feel tremendous. I feel confident. I feel like I could do anything. Going out in a social setting is on another level. I used the old me, have to drain myself in beer or liquor or whatever to think that was going to give me confidence. I don't need that anymore. I don't need alcohol to have confidence. I have more confidence when I'm out in a social environment now than I've ever had before in my life. It's transcended me to where I believe I can do it. I believe I can do it, and nothing's going to stop me. That's why I said that story in the beginning about how it's so funny that I get pulled over, stopped by these guys, and it's an annoying situation. It was my fault. I was in the left lane, and the left lane is turning left. I went straight. Okay. I mean, I knew I was wrong when I did it, but I wanted to get where I wanted to go faster. I'm okay with that. And so it's an annoying situation, but now how I dealt with it because of the confidence is a whole nother level. I used to be scared of a situation like that. I used to fear, oh, this is going to be bad. What could happen bad? I was like, what could happen bad? I don't think about what could happen bad. I enjoyed the experience. It sounds crazy, but I actually enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for some reason. And I enjoyed the fact that this is a new experience. I'm here with these guys, and they're asking me questions, and I'm, about my car. And no, actually, it went pretty good. It went well, better than I could have expected. And something great's going to come out of it. And I'm going to tell you when it does. But something, I don't know what it's going to be. So that is just a real life story about how I got control of my health and how I set it up. I believed in myself. And if I could give any suggestions or ideas about my own experience from learning from how I failed first, because I failed at it for years, miserably. I failed miserably at that part of it for years. I couldn't get control. And here's why I failed and what I've learned. For one, I set a specific time, a deadline. I specifically set a deadline on myself. Now, I'm used to setting deadlines. That's just how I've been raised. I guess at school and college, set a deadline. That's just how all the success books have taught me. Even Napoleon Hill, my ultimate teacher, my mentor in this, he says, set a deadline. I disagree. I believe that is wrong, and I experienced that it's wrong. I set a deadline, and it eventually started getting closer when I couldn't hit my goal because I had too much doubt. I'm not going to be able to hit it by this date. I said, I want to get a certain I want to get healthy. I want to get fit and ripped by this date for summer. And I was like, it's coming up too fast. I get stressed. I couldn't do it. But by setting this goal and saying, I'm going to have this body of Tony Horton. I'm going to be as fit as Tony Horton, as ripped as Brad Pitt was in Troy. I'm going to be as strong, or as athletic as Eric Burns, agile as Eric Burns, as flexible and quick as Bruce Lee. These types of things. Once I didn't set a goal, a deadline, a date, everything changed. That's when it started to change, because I didn't feel restricted. I wasn't restricted anymore. I feel like I was free to hit it. I just didn't know when. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but it happened. I didn't know when, though. That was a huge, big time, massive, freeing way to get to my goal. So that is, if I could offer one piece of advice from my experience, I'm just talking about my stories. Get rid of a time frame. Get rid of a deadline on a goal. You got to get rid of it. I mean, that's the key. I mean, there are certain things, projects for work or whatnot, that's different. But I'm talking about an actual thing that to improve, let's say, my life, I had to get rid of that deadline. That made all the difference. The other thing that was I'm going to come back to that. All right, so I'm going to change the subject here briefly, but it's something else profound has happened. And for those who follow some of my other videos, even if you have or haven't, I don't care. I'm going to just be real. I believe that I told you where this information came from, right? Law of attraction. It's sourced from Mark 11:24. But it's evolved, and the first time it was ever brought to the world in a philosophy, an organized philosophy, right? An organized success strategy was in the Law of Success, 1925, the unpublished version, the original manuscripts by Napoleon Hill. Napoleon Hill wrote the amazing book, Think and Grow Rich, in 1937. Bestseller, 70, 80 million copies now. But I believe that was just a sales letter to get the reader to go back and find the Law of Success, because studying it further now, the Law of Success was removed. Somebody did not want it published. I believe it was Henry Ford. This is a big deal. This is important because Wikipedia this week now has the accurate information on the Law of Success. So I feel like I was one of the only people out there trying to get a dude crying in the woods saying, everybody, this is where we need to look over here. The 19th Law of Success. This is where it's coming from. I mean, this is what we need to point our eyes to. And now all of a sudden, Wikipedia's got the right information on it. So this is a big deal for me, because I can't pull it up on my hand, but that's just very, very important to me, because I believe it's important we know where to find the real information, the accurate source. And now that Wikipedia shows the real information about the Law of Success, 1925, I mean, it's very, very powerful. It even shows that there was the 1928 version was definitely stripped down. Wikipedia even shows that now too. And Wikipedia is like top 10 site in the world. It's a very credible site. So I think that's a very monumental shift. That tells me that the truth is getting out there. The truth is not going to be held back any longer. People are going to uncover the truth, and that's the purpose of what I'm doing right now. Is I want to get value out there to help people that see Gavin Mehl Global Mastermind, see these videos, share them with others, because my story is just one story that's going to help inspire others. It's going to help inspire you. It's going to help inspire many other people around the world to reach their potential. But for me, I had to go back and find more about this information and where it all came from. So years and years and years and years and years of study led me back to the law of success and the original version. All right. That's where the real information lies. Okay. If you want one other suggestion, the Master Key System by Charles Handel. Those are the only two I would ever recommend wholeheartedly, because I know from personal experience, and I believe those are the two top of the top. There's nothing else. I'm not cutting to the chase. Shout out to this guy, to the gentleman Marcus Holman again. He knew about the law of success, 1925 version. The law of success, he knew about it. Very few people that I talk to actually know about the real source, and that is the source. So more importantly, just take action. Experience it yourself. Go through your daily routine, and I would recommend setting little tiny miniature goals and tracking the progress daily. Like what I did was I set the goal, and I did measurements. I was like, hey, I want to look this certain way. I want the body of a Greek god. I want to have these measurements and get ripped and be fit, be healthy that I wanted. But I was specific, but not too specific. Like I wasn't so specific to where it was impossible. Another huge big thing that I did that will help people out is I set reachable goals. It was a reachable goal. So it wasn't impossible. Like I knew it was believable, a believable goal. That's what it was, a believable goal. It's not possible for me to get like 19-inch arms and be a bodybuilder. That's just not my build. I'm a skinnier guy. I'm 155 to 160 pounds. So I'm not a big, huge guy. Becoming a 250-pound bodybuilder guy that's not a realistic, believable thing. It's not what I want anyways. But so it's very, very important that I set a believable goal. Believable goals that I thought I could hit. People that I could relate to, that I could, I could get to that level someday soon. I didn't know when, but I knew I could get there someday soon. It was believable. So that's like so important. It wasn't that long ago. It was just, I was looking back at my notes, 2014, and I set goals. I set down goals. They were so far out in the future. Like they were just so not believable. I wanted them to happen, but I set timelines on these goals that were so far-fetched that just, of course it didn't happen, because it's like, for example, one of the goals was, hey, I want to get a 747 private, one of those private Boeing 747 jets, take people around, have it fly from meeting to meeting, go out and give talks and meet people. It's going to be great. But I want to get that by December 31st, this year. So that gave me, 8 months to do it. I'm thinking, well, that blew by. It never happened. Of course it didn't. It wasn't believable. I didn't believe that I could do it. It was like I put a double negative on myself, a non-believable goal, and then I did a timeline on it. So it was double negative, and it just caused me not to believe in it at all. So I was a major, just a learning point there that I learned from about what not to do. But just looking back on it today, that's a real story that happened on my goals. So, hey, I hope that this call helped you. There is a massive, my ultimate goal is I want to get prosperity into the hands of the everyday people. I believe that the biggest problem that we're having, I think the biggest problem humanity is having is the fear of poverty. Okay, the fear of poverty, I think, is the biggest fear out there. And I believe that if we can overcome the fear of poverty and set people free, then the world's going to be a better place, tremendously. It's going to be not a better place. It's going to be a whole new world. So the fear of poverty is the main thing. So I believe that's my purpose in life, is to unlock people's potential in that. But we got to have a way to do it. How are we going to do it? It's great, Gavin, talk about it. You dream about it. And I've always been a big thinker, but How the heck is it going to happen? So I believe a big prosperity movement is happening right now. I believe that I don't have the time to go out and do a multi-level marketing business. I don't have the desire to. I think it's a great business, multi-level. I just don't. For me, it's not for me. Network marketing business, I think it's great for some people, but it's just not for me. I just don't believe I have the time for that. Okay, I'm a busy person. I have a lot of other things I do. I don't have time to recruiting people into a business. It's just not. It's not my thing. And I believe that most people fail at that anyways. So I'm not going to do it. So I do believe though that a movement has happened that is not multi-level marketing. It's not network marketing. It's none of that. It's just it's a way that everyday people have come together in one perfect family. It's called the One Link family. Just one link, where it's a movement where everybody works together doing actions without being paid for them right now. It's amazing. It's unconditional. It's unselfish. It's incredible. But a lot of people are being, it's just a lot of people are getting tremendous rewards from it. And I believe that this is the movement that I was waiting for a long time to be able to point people to. And I don't have a referral link. It's not a referral link where you join my link and do that. I don't have that. Okay. But I believe, I'm talking about it because I believe it will help everyday people. And if you're not an everyday person and you're a multi-millionaire, you're just looking for the law of attraction, hey, I think it'll help you too. But it's going to help everyday people who just want to get to that, making an extra $100 a month, $500 a month, getting to extra $1,000 a month. It's going to change their life. I believe that that's going to be the answer. It is the answer. So I put a link below this. It's a Facebook group. I would recommend getting all the information and talking to all those people. Like I said, I don't even have Facebook. You can't find me on Facebook because I'm not on there. But there is a group, and I put it in the link on my video. So click that, get into that group, get those people, get the information, take massive action. Now is the time that we come together in harmony. Every single thought, every action sets out a ripple into the universe, into nature. So guard our thoughts. Something else really, really important I want to share. What is the ultimate information they wanted to hide? What information was taken out of the law of success? What information did the powers that be not want you and I to know? Well, I've uncovered what that information is, and I want to just break it down for you because it's so important. In my own words, the information is that we are receiving channels, kind of like a cell phone. Got my cell phone here. I'm timing my call today to kind of keep a better idea. 39 minutes, so I don't talk too long. Thank you for watching. But like a cell phone receiver, our brains are the same way. And by putting out a high intensity thought, some thought that we believe in, that I believe in enough, okay, it's able to tune into that frequency and attract it to it. I believe that's really that's the information they did not want us to know. Is that by intensely concentrating on a thought, on an idea, purpose, a goal, any thought, idea, or purpose, plan or purpose, intensified, right, through focus and concentration, it will tune into that frequency and basically eventually be caught on by the subconscious section of the mind and then be brought to us. I believe that's what they didn't want us to know. So trying to get that message out. I'm getting that. I will get that message out there, and I will help to uplift humanity to their potential. So thank you for watching. I want to provide tremendous value and help show my story, my success that I've had. And that's a real verifiable story about my transformation in health. I posted a blog about it. I'll post a link I'll put it below as well. So you can see the pictures where I was, and then you can physically see what happened, because it's undeniable when you see the pictures. And I have so much more confidence. I was not on camera back then. I wasn't even on camera. I have the confidence how to be on camera. I have the confidence to do it. So I really wanted the confidence, and now I have it. And I'm sharing this because I believe that any ordinary person can do the same. If they know what they want, they just know what they want and why they want it. What is it you want? Define your dream. And why do you want it so bad? I wanted confidence. I wanted confidence so bad. I just didn't know how I was going to get it, but I got it. By getting that ideal health that I have now, it gave me the confidence that I can do anything else, that I can take control of my life, that I can take full control of anything I want in life. Okay? And I'm gonna pave the ways. I'm going to do it, and that's it, period. I'm gonna do this and get this to the top, and I'm gonna do it, and that's it, period. And people are going to be inspired, and people are gonna reach their potential. I'm just talking to you about off the cuff here. This is just me talking. I'm going to be honest and be completely candid. So I want to say thank you for watching. This is Gavin Mehl, Global Mastermind number 12. I just went on a tangent today, on a rant, just giving it to you as I see it from the heart. I hope this provided tremendous value for you. If it did, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave any thoughts with any comments, questions, or observations. I read the comments. And I do have a link as well for a secret law, the exact formula that I use for the law of attraction. There's a private unlisted video that I have that I'm giving away. It's going to be a series. It's already in 2 parts. Series number 1 is a 7-day part that I recorded. It's a vlog. Then I have already part number 2. It's another 7 days already recorded. It's unlisted, private. I am giving it away. I'm giving it away to provide this amount of value. I'm giving it away, but you have to subscribe to get it. You have to put your email address in to link to get it. Then it'll be sent to you. So if you're serious about it, put your email address. I want to thank everyone else who's already done that. A lot of people have already done that. I want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for doing that. I got love and gratitude. This law of attraction is not my information. I'm just pointing you to the source where it comes from. And I'm going to be just a beacon of experience and stories and keep it real talk. So thank you for subscribing. We'll see you next time. This is Gavin Mehl signing off. I love you unconditionally.